Hi everyone, join me on a day in the life as a dog walker in New York City on a 12-hour shift, except today the city is having a snowstorm with more snow than it's had in years. I woke up at 6:30, put my hair in braids, and put on I don't know, too many layers because this is what I was headed into for the next 12 plus hours. I stepped outside and yes, it was indeed brutal. Snow and frost were clinging to every part of my body. I hopped on the subway, took a little ride to where I was going. It honestly was pretty beautiful to start. It always is in the beginning. I picked up my first gal and was also seriously regretting not bringing clear sunglasses. Picked up Mr. Cuddy. He was pumped to be out here. He was having a grand time. Then got Moose and Rio. They were not as pumped as Cuddy was, but that's how it goes, you know? Some of us like the snow, some of us like the cold, and some of us don't. Rio was being a little silly. I thought it was cute. And then we headed on our way. I actually usually really enjoy doing the morning walks because it's when the city is the most quiet, and especially when there's a snowstorm going on, there was absolutely no one. We picked up Larry. He was also pretty happy and excited about the snow. And if you're curious what I look like walking down the street, here I am with my 5 morning group dogs. The spirits are high and the temperature is low. It started coming down pretty hard. Everyone was getting covered in snow. Cuddy was having a blast. It was probably about 10:30 a.m. at this point and I was getting pretty cold. I had to check in with everybody to make sure they were all feeling good. I think Larry was pretty ready to go home. They were absolutely covered in snow by the time I dropped everyone off. Moose and Rio were definitely over it, as was I, but at this point I actually got a little bit of a break, so I was able to seek shelter in a cafe and drink some hot chocolate, which was much needed. I ordered a breakfast burrito and warmed up a little bit. They decided to close early at 12:30, so then I had to find another cafe, which I did, and then finished up my break and headed on to my afternoon walks. The snow was so high in some places that I had to take really long routes to get around and across roads. And then at this point, it actually started to sleet and it was kind of pelting me in the face and getting really slushy and gross. I also had to stomp through so many piles of snow, and then I picked up Cuddy and Moose and Rio for their afternoon walk. Their spirits were high once again since they also got a break inside. I picked up Larry. I took a little group photo, which I think was the best one of the day. They were all looking very dapper. The hardest part about this day for me wasn't so much the cold as it was walking in the snow. It felt like walking in dry sand on the beach where you can't really walk and you feel like you're going slow motion. I finished up a solo walk I had, then ran to get to the subway to get to my last 2 walks of the day. Honestly, this last walk was so miserable. I could barely walk anymore. My feet were soaked and I was so exhausted. Again, it felt like I was walking on a beach for miles and miles and miles. I ended up walking down Broadway at some point because it was easier than walking on the sidewalks, which weren't plowed. And I finished up my night about 8:15. What do you all think? You still want to be a dog walker in New York City after this?